I want to go back to oil for a little bit, because again, this is not some little market. This is not some area where Wall Street could be blind and missed it. Everybody on Wall Street is seeing oil. What is oil down in the last 30 days? Like 10%, 12%, something like that?
Yeah, when OPEC cut, I just looked prior to this, it was at 83. It peaked up at 83. Now it's at 73. So it's down, 13%, somewhere in that ballpark. That's a big move in a very, very short period of time, about a month. And if you broaden out the scale even further to look back over the last year, it peaked around 122, and now it's sitting at $73 a barrel. So you've been almost cut in half over the last year. And it's funny, you're not seeing all the posts on social media about high gas prices anymore. And now, granted, they still aren't down where they were, right? So, the old analogy is, gas prices at the pump go up very slowly, or they go up, what is it? They go up like a rocket and they fall like a feather. And so that's what we're experiencing now. You had them shoot up because the gas price at the pump, they're not going to take it. The store is not going to take that profit margin cut. But on the other end, they wait for a while to have them settle back in.
Yeah, but again, it's not a small market. It's not an invisible market. It's not like there are some trades on Wall Street that like 5% of the community looks at. Oil is not one of those, is my opinion. Everybody knows what's going on in oil. So it's ass backwards. How can oil be screaming recession clearly, but yet people talk about, we're going to avoid a recession or it just seems so ass backwards. I mean, is it all the Fed's going to cut and going to save us going on, or what?
So there's certainly some of that. There's certainly some AI little magic powder dusted in there as well. I mean, if you look at Microsoft, Facebook, and Microsoft, Facebook, and Google, they each mentioned AI on their earnings call almost 50 times. Microsoft was up 9% the next day. Facebook was up 15% the next day. And Google was mixed, but for some other reasons. But people are hanging on the thread of the prospects of what AI is going to do for efficiencies of these companies. But yeah, when you talk about oil, 70% of the goods in this nation get delivered via tractor trailer. Right. That is oil at its finest right there. And what you had seen during the pandemic is a massive surge in diesel prices. And then you had, in gas as well, and gas came back down, but diesel really didn't until recently. And so recently you've seen a massive spill off in the diesel prices, which is really indicative of what's going on from a recessionary standpoint, from an overall economic standpoint. It's funny, Michael. And I've been a bit of a bear now for quite some time. But if you look at earnings with 73% of the S&P having reported already this year for Q1 are down 2.2% year over year. So you're getting a contraction in earnings. You're seeing a slowing in the economy. GDP came in at 1.1%, significantly beneath the 2% estimated. And the Fed says it'll come in at 0.4% for the year. So that's a pretty darn bleak outlook for the remaining 3 quarters. You're seeing gold rollover. You're seeing oil rollover. You're seeing the commodity complex, which is supply demand driven, roll over.